Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 2, or the second recording of my developer's diary. I just want to say and reiterate what John McCarran said in his previous video. I cannot thank you all enough for the outpouring of support that we've had so far. It has absolutely been incredible. The likes on Facebook, the shares, the subscriptions on YouTube, the views. I really just thank you for all of it. It means so much to us to know that we have your support. I would like to remind anybody who's watching this who hasn't already, please subscribe. There's a little button for it in the bottom of your window here. If you're watching on Facebook, click through to YouTube and subscribe. We'd really be grateful for your support. So today I'm going to talk about kind of 3 things that we're dealing with. 1 from the coding side and 2 from the business and marketing side. From the coding and game development side, lately I've been really spending a lot of my attention on player progression. We decided to use a somewhat unique player progression design for this game, whereby we create every player at the exact same point in time and make sure every player goes through exact same sort of player progression logic to get to where they are at the current point in time. That may not make a lot of sense right now, but let me tell you the benefits of doing it this way. In some other games that I've played, the talent levels of different players start off at one point. Maybe everybody averages around an 80 to 90 speed, and you've got a couple players who are much higher and some players that are lower, but you're really lumped around this one area or what the distribution is. But over time, as new computer-generated players come in, for some reason, the way they grow or the way their skills are calculated or something throws that whole thing off, and you end up maybe with everybody lumped over in really high values or certain ones that get really low over time. We're taking on a very challenging programming task, a very challenging design, and trying to make sure everybody with every little piece of growth that happens goes through the exact same system, so that we get pretty consistent results. We want very consistent results across the whole game because we really want your experience to be great, to be unparalleled in this gaming world. So that's where I've been spending my attention lately, the past basically week and a half, on coding, is getting that player progression system worked out. There's still some really tough math that we're working on to try to make sure that all of the previous logic that we've designed stays true in this player progression model, but I think we're really close to having it all finalized. And then there's really only about 2 other big sort of project items. John can tell you about those better. I think they're features in the epic of creating this game and the various epics that lead to us creating this MVP. We're getting very close to having this minimally viable product, sort of our alpha version, up and ready for you all. So it's very exciting. The other big thing that we've been spending a lot of time on this week has been social media. These YouTube videos, and then Facebook posts, and Tumblr posts, and Twitter posts, and it is very interesting playing the social media game. I'd never, in a business I've had before, had to really play it. I've maybe helped people as they were playing it or supported them as they interacted with it, but I've actually never had to play the social media game myself. And so it's really interesting doing that. This company and working on this company is very different than the entrepreneurial ventures I've done in the past, because most of what I've done in the past has been what we call business to business. So while I was creating a product or a service, I was selling it to another business. This one is different because we're creating a product that we're trying to sell to the consumer market, which is almost everybody. So in business to business, it's nice because when you put yourself out, you have to make cold calls, and it's hard getting, businesses' attention. but you know what you're trying to tell them. You're trying to tell them you're going to make their business better. You're going to make them more profitable. They're going to have more revenue or lower costs, or something about the productivity of their employees you're going to fix, or you're going to address some problem there. Business to consumer is different. We're trying to convince you all that we're going to make your lives richer because you're going to get to experience our game. And we're trying to communicate to so many people who are all over the place. Businesses have a inherent benefit, inherent reward to themselves to make it so that you know how to contact them and know how to find them. Consumers like you all, people who might want to play our game, you have no benefit really to make it so that we can find you and so that we can identify you and tell you, hey, we've got the game that you're looking for. So working through that struggle and working through finding people is more difficult, in my opinion, than working on business-to-business products were. But even more than that, there's sort of an emotional thing that's completely different. In business-to-business venture, sure, maybe I'm reaching out to a Fortune 500 company, or the leader of some Fortune 500 company, or maybe even the leader of a small business, medium-sized business, some mid-level manager in there. But the point is that I'm reaching out to one person. And if I really mess up, or if I say something stupid, that's only really one person that I've messed up with. And the reality is, as long as I wait a little while, those people will forget who I was, most likely, and I get to contact them again and kind of go at it again. Whereas in business to consumer with you all, if I say something stupid, I run the risk of, going viral for all the wrong reasons. I run the risk of people at work hearing about something stupid I said about, where I work. And not just that, usually when I contact a business, I know who I'm reaching out to. I'm reaching out to the VP of procurement, or their procurement director, or I'm trying to talk to the CEO and his name is Bob. Whereas here with business to consumer, I'm just trying to reach out to all of you all. You are all the CEOs of your life, and also, maybe your significant other is your VP of procurement, but either way, I'm trying to communicate to all of you all. And whether you like it or don't, whether you start watching our videos and you kind of go, ugh, and then you just turn it off, there's a layer of anonymity there. And there's a certain amount of feedback that we don't ever get. And so that creates an odd feeling for me, because I sit there and find myself sort of up at night thinking about, like, wow, maybe the reason, people aren't watching the whole video is because they're not really liking what we're selling, or maybe they're not liking the way we're communicating it, or maybe they think my voice is weird or something. So it's just way different selling something to the mass market and to consumers now. But either way, it's a lot of fun, and if this is what it takes to make it so that you all can share in the experience of this game, well, I'm happy to figure out how to make it happen, and happy to figure out how to make it so we can communicate to you all. Because I really do believe we're making a game that a lot of people are going to like. A lot of people who really like football, who really want to try being a football coach, they're going to love this game. And we're committed to making sure that it gets in front of them, regardless of how it makes kind of us feel in the process. So until next week and next Sunday, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you're feeling, generous, also hit us up on Twitter and Facebook, and go to theoldballcoach.com and sign up for our email list. Y'all have a great week. We're looking forward to a lot of new developments moving forward. See you next Sunday.